I saw somebody in the comments, one person, Kren, I believe too many housewives. Listen, you're absolutely right. Too many housewives to try to keep up with for me. But go ahead and put it in the comment section what your context was. But we're back again. All right. I've got my partner in crime, partner in Real Housewife crime, because we were just backstage talking about how Married to Medicine.
Lord.
We still talking about Married to Medicine, and it's been a week ago, and we still mad about that and how Quad just didn't show up in the way that she could have. But that's another show for another day. We'll probably maybe say if we can hurry up and get out of this, get Rhom over, then we can talk a little bit about Married to Medicine. But anyway, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle. This is the Belle Perspective, and I have my partner in Real Housewives crime and family member, okay, cousin D Movie Man. Y'all shout him out and definitely subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Okay, definitely check him out. It's D Movie Man. All right, he's got lots of actually you can introduce yourself. My bad, go ahead, introduce yourself, sir. My bad.
It is all, no, it's all good. Hey everyone, this is the Movie Man, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. And whether you've heard that tagline before, if it's your first time hearing it, that is the summation of what I do over on my channel. I am all about the movies. I love getting to a little bit of chat of the occasional television show and even reactions to trailers, which I'm hoping to bring back very, very soon. I recently had a very blissful, wonderful experience down in Salt Lake for Sundance, and I'm just started my rollout for those films, beginning with the American Society of Magical Negroes, which, I had a lot to say. So yes,
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Yes, that is just dropped. So please feel free to check that out. And just in general, if you're just want to get on board with some good commentary, good conversations, especially in the comment section, please feel free to check me out, and I would love to have you.
Yes. I couldn't say his tagline. Only he can bring in his tagline. So yeah. All right. Are you ready for Rhom? You know they dropped the third part already. I feel like I don't like the way they doing Rhom. I don't like the way they're treating Real Housewives of Miami like some. My grandma used to say bald-headed stepchild. She didn't say redhead because she was like, black folks, most of us ain't redhead. Not to say that there aren't any redheaded black people. But anyway, I feel like they treating us like Rhom like a bald-headed stepchild. I don't like that.
I don't either. And it's not the first time. That's all I'm gonna say. And to me, I just feel like you guys didn't really value it enough when you brought it back to have it on Bravo. You kept it on Peacock, and then all of a sudden, when it started getting, all this attention and conversation, yes, it is, Monique. Yes, it is. But then all of a sudden, once it started getting all this attention, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Miami, it's that girl," as they say, and so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, they were like, "Oh, let's put it back on Bravo." But then, and from the beginning, I was just like, I don't think that's a good idea. Because number one, I feel like don't want none, don't want none, won't be none, and in a different context. But I just feel like if you didn't want it on there in the first place, don't bring it on now. And I like the fact that on Peacock, you can get they'll give you 3 episodes out the gate. You can pop in every week. It's just a different kind of experience, and just the way you can see from the way that they've set up the schedules, throwing it in after Beverly Hills, and then what they did with the reunion the day after. Folks didn't even know it was coming on the next day, and then they pushed it to Thursday, this third part, because Erica Jane's little
Bet It All on Blonde.
Don't
nobody care about. Don't nobody care about her. I feel like you remember in the Temptations movie, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That's exactly what I thought about Bet It All on Blonde. Girl, your $7 tickets, girl, please. Please. I mean, I can't. What can I say? I don't have a show on Broad. I mean, in Las Vegas. I don't have a residency, but still, come on. Anyway. Okay, so any final thoughts from part 1 before we get into part 2?
It depends because you remember how we ended part one? Because I know we talked about the fashions, but basically they ended with the whole Alexia versus Larsa thing, and that's how they came in the second
That's
show.
exactly where I was going to pick up from. So I
Okay.
didn't. Okay, so we're picking up where we left off. Okay, and it's Alexia versus Larsa. Now I am going to highlight before I open the floor for you is that how Alexia just walked in like nothing was going on. Like, hey girl, like not like she had just damn near cussed Larsa out and called her everything but a child of God on the stage before she got backstage with her, right? And Marcus looking like a doofus. He, by the way, some of my subscribers posted a couple things, some things that they heard on the curb, and I've made screenshots, so we'll talk about that as well. But
I think I
anyway,
know. I think I might know what a couple of them are,
you
but yeah,
see,
but we'll
okay,
talk.
we'll talk about it. So anyway, okay, so we open up with Larsa and Alexia. What were your thoughts on that whole scene?
Um, just in general, I would just like to say that Alexia arguing with anybody is funny to me. It can be annoying, but it's also funny because
Yes, yes,
she's just like she just will keep going, keep going, keep going. Um, and I think she was saying something like, you don't really show your whole life and this and this and that, and then I show my whole life, and then Larsa was like, but I feel like I show more than you, and then that's when Lex was like, okay, it's time to go.
yes, yes,
It was
yes,
cracking me up. Yeah, it's. I'll just say this: it's like it's hard to really ever, and I understand you could argue. Well, not argue. Most people will probably feel that these are the two kind of villains of the show. Even
yeah.
though Alexia has put in time to do some PR, some rehabilitation for her image this season,
She has.
she wasn't quite as extra as she was last season.
You can tell. Yep.
Yeah, you can, but so I just thought it was funny to see them go back and forth. But it is one of those things with Larsa where she's so disingenuous in so many ways that you don't even if she arguably was showing us the truth about her life, which I don't think she is, it's like we don't ever I don't feel like we would ever know what's the
No.
truth and what's not because she lies about everything. She can't even admit that she got a body done when it's clearly evident. So I'm just kind of
Girl.
like, just from that standpoint, Alexia is correct. It's just like I've actually been honest about my experiences. Shoot, the first season she was on, she was airing out, which maybe she
Oh,
shouldn't have, but she was airing out her husband for his
yes.
affair with old boy. Like I was like, okay,
Yes.
that's how we coming
Yes.
back. All right.
Yes. 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 Hey, Joan.
Hey.
No, you're absolutely right. I agree. And did you catch? I don't know if it's jealousy. Actually, let me call it what I feel like it is. I believe it's a little bit of jealousy that Larsa has, although I don't understand it because Larsa got money too. Now she laid on her back to get. Well, what am I talking about? Alexia did too, but I'm not mad at that, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna give it away, don't give it away for free, right?
Right. Right.
So did you hear Larsa when she was like, at my charity event, I was hosting and you made it about flaunting your wealth about with Todd and the watch that Todd gave you, and you're over here flaunting your wealth. I said, now wait a minute, wasn't it the girl birthday? And she was like, it was my birthday, and I was just telling everybody the watch that Todd got me for my birthday. And I said to myself, Larsa, are you really mad at Alexia for showing people the watch that Todd got her for her birthday on her birthday? Did you hear that part?
I did hear it. And this isn't the first time because Larsa, when she did that whole rant about, I don't have a Todd, I don't have a Todd, and da 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 da, and Lexa was just kind of like,
Girl, but you
like
got a
what?
Scotty. You have it better. Like, you don't have to. I won't be vulgar, but
Oh, I
like,
know. Oh,
you
I
know
heard it in my head. You good? I
yes,
already
you
heard it.
already laid. You already laid the back. Your back was already laid down, right? 20 years of laid down back. If y'all know,
Right,
you don't have to lay your back down no more. You got the coin, right?
right.
His retirement plus whatever else he has. Like, girl, what you mad at? That's the perfect setup. Like, what you mean? Like, Larso. Anyway, anything else? Because we're not done dragging her. And we're gonna have to have some real conversations about Gertie's. We're gonna have to have some
You
real
know what? I didn't know if we were going to, but
We are. We are.
yeah.
We might as well. I did it in one of my reviews. I was like, we're gonna do it. We got to. We got to. We gotta be honest. So any final thoughts before we move on to when they get back on stage?
Nope, all good.
Okay. So Gertie making bird noises in the hallway as she was walking up. I saw Gertie, she almost tripped. I said, I see God don't like ugly. You open up,
Right.
you almost tripped. Hold on, let me see. Scotty tore up the prenuptial, so Larsa is so good. You're absolutely right. Like, why is she still up? I don't even know. Anyway, okay, so all the girls get back on stage and we open up and we're talking about Lisa's package. Lisa lied to her kids and told her kids that Jody, who is her boyfriend, I'm sure she's actively sleeping with, is her gay uncle, Jody, or their gay uncle Jody. They showed Jody's face and it just looked blank, but I was kind of like, Jody, were you not offended? Like, why were you okay with that? Why were you okay with that? I feel like Jody is a savior. I think he has a savior complex. Something's going on there. Anyway, Logan clearly is the one raising Lisa. Logan is clearly the smartest person in the house and immediately knew that wasn't the case, right?
Of course.
Right, of course, right? And so Andy asks her about the divorce and where we are, okay? She tells us that they are now fighting for forks and spoons.
Oh my gosh.
That they are now fighting for forks and spoons. And what are your thoughts on this? There's another piece to this part that we'll talk about, but I want to hear your initial reaction.
I'll just say that must be some expensive china, silverware, plates, napkins, whatever. This is above my pay grade. If we fighting over it, must be some good monetary value attached. So that's all.
It best. Okay, it best have some money attached to it, because if it's not, girl. Okay. So we lead into, and I may be skipping just a couple parts. So if there's something important that I'm skipping, please jump in and so you can talk about it. We find out that Lisa is now paying $32,000, not $3,200, like the rest of us. Okay, she's paying $32,000. That literally is somebody's salary. Okay, $32,000 a month for a condo so that she can live in proximity to Star Island, because that's what the MSA, marriage agreement or something like that, requires. I was reading somewhere that she didn't have to pay that much money and she could live pretty much wherever she wanted to, but because, right, she wants to stay close to Star Island, etc., she is going to stay, she's accepting this $32,000 condo. And Jody, is helping her. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
What was interesting, I noticed, I want to make sure I didn't mishear, but apparently Jody and Lenny are paying for it. And I just kind of think that I feel like it devalues. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. I feel like I heard this before, but I feel like, it was some kind of quote I heard somewhere where it was basically saying, like, there are some things we don't think about, or there are some things we don't realize are truly important until we're deprived of it. Mm-hmm. And freedom is one of those things. Like, freedom is something we value. Technically, we know it's something we want and something we need, but not until we're really deprived of freedom and then regain it, then we realize, oh, this is what this feels like, And I appreciate the fact. Oh my gosh, not the
okay. Jody wanted to meet Lisa in Nebraska would be in whatever Lisa could afford. I know that's right. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
You better pay with that good Bravo money, girl. Don't play with me.
Keep on. but I think it undermines to an extent. I think it kind of undermines the transition into full freedom and independence when
Right.
you still are reliant on these men to pay your way. And maybe she just ain't got it like that. Now,
Right.
if she had,
No, why
if
would
she
she not
knew
have
the
it like that?
game, if she knew the game, that wouldn't be an issue. And maybe she does, and maybe she ain't saying nothing like Dr. Alicia over on
Yeah,
Married to
that's a
Medicine.
different. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
know.
different.
Maybe it's something on the hush. I don't know, but I'm trying. I don't know. It's hard. I can't really give Lisa that much credit, but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just think that she's always going to be, and maybe it's because she's been set up that way. Either she's been socialized that way, or her parent. I don't know who got it in her mind that she needed to be taken care of. And it's not. I mean, it's okay if someone wants to, treat you well and help
Right,
you out and so I don't think that's a bad thing, but the fact that you have no sense of personal independence,
right,
unless it's attached to a partner,
right.
then I think that's an issue. That's a
I
huge
do
issue.
too. I do too. She's trying to skip that independence phase. I can't explain it. Like we all as individuals have to like actualize, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have to like come into our own, figure out what we want, own something ourselves, and not necessarily of monetary or tangible value, but that self actualization, being able to stand on your own 2 feet. She trying to skip that phase, and she been trying to skip that phase since she was dependent on her parents. Like it's that whole that awkward phase when you leave your parents' house and
Mm-hmm.
you're living on ramen noodles and you
Right.
struggling and you trying to figure your shit out until you know what I mean. She
Mm-hmm.
trying to skip that phase, and while it's very easy to try to skip it because that shit is hard as fuck, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is
Mm-hmm.
still very important to self-actualization. I also have to somebody put something in the chat, and I got to point it out real quick. Hey Joan, and word on the curb is Jody kicked his girlfriend to the curb for Lisa.
I had heard that.
That's the word on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lisa girl. Count your days, love. Count your days. Count your days, because you get them how you lose them how you get them, and you get them how you lose them.
And it's interesting. They had said the same thing, and that's not to speak to their relationship now, because we see that that's a relationship and a marriage that's been established for a long time. But I remember they were trying to say the same thing about Todd and Candy
Oh,
when they first got
really?
together.
I can
Basically
see that.
saying not that Candy like was aware of anything, but that Todd basically, because remember the old girl came on that one season was saying like basically Todd is an opportunist and he was always knew how to get a come up and he broke my girlfriend's heart when they went to the vineyard and that whole thing.
I do remember that. I want to shout out really quickly Miss Virgo Queen. Hey, Miss Virgo Queen. Hey, girl. Hey, that's
Hey,
my Rhom partner. She always in the comments of my Real Housewives of Miami review. So shout out to you. Hey, girl. Hey.
hey.
And she also says she is not surprised if Jody did kick his girlfriend to the curb for Lisa. I guess Lisa would be a big fish, granted that she's on this TV show, she has all this, so I can see that. Oof, that's a shame. She better be careful. She
Mm-hmm.
best be careful. Yes, love us. We love us some Rhom. We love us some
Absolutely.
Rhom. Yes,
I
we
wish
do.
I wish Bravo did, but that's
Okay,
besides the
right? Because
point.
they treat Rhom like it's organic drama, real lives. This is real life stuff. These girls actually know each other. This is
Mm-hmm.
real. I don't know what they need, but somebody need to go back there to these production teams
Mm-hmm.
and and wrangle some people up, because this is foolishness. This is
Right.
foolishness. Anyway, ain't no telling how long Jody is gonna be, the Superman, because he honestly, you can tell he's annoyed, you can tell he's aggravated, and we'll see. We'll see. She still is living in that. She's under the MSA or
No.
MSA.
Yeah, MSA, the marriage
MSA. Thank you.
the marriage settlement agreement. Yeah.
Thank you. Marriage settlement. At my job, we have contracts that are called MSAs as well, and it's something totally different. Anyway,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. So I was getting the words mixed up. But anyway, she signed an MSA willingly, saying that she could not marry anyone else, and that the house that Lenny signed off to buy for her or purchase for her to get built will have to be in her children's name. Y'all go off in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I know y'all got some stuff to say. D, what are your thoughts on that?
So we already know that Logan is running the show. So even though it's petty and it might seem foul, it's just like, well, kids got something of their own. They ain't even grown yet. And honestly, I'm sorry, but Lisa ain't really shown herself to be the most responsible person. So maybe that's to the kids' benefit.
At first I got mad. I was like, no, the fuck he didn't. What the hell? I almost got mad. But then I was like, you know what? That's probably for the best. Logan gonna make sure the bills is paid. Mm-hmm. Logan's gonna make sure there's food in the house. Like, he is going to take care of everything, I'm sure, by the time he's like 18, right? He's gonna have it all together. And that's a damn shame, but he literally over there raising all of them. So, there's that. So praise God that it's not all running through the genes, because dear Lord, had he come out like Lisa, baby, we would be in trouble. Okay, we would be in trouble. Miss Virgo Queen says, I wish Gertie would have declined Larsa's hug like Julia said she wasn't apologizing to Lisa on the spot. She ain't deserved no damn hug if you ask me. Quiet as it's kept, I agree with you. Larsa deserve a ass kicking, and we gonna roll. I'm gonna crank up the steam engine to roll over that bitch as soon as we get to it. Don't worry, y'all. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Hey, Shayna. Y'all, shout out to Shayna MCD. I'm not even gonna fool with her last name. Y'all go subscribe to her channel as well. She's a YouTuber just like us. So y'all subscribe to her channel as well. Why the hell would Lisa sign a document to say that she can't go move on with her life just so that she could? Oh my God, it's that? Okay, so this leads me into what we were talking about. So, or to what I want to talk about. So then Lisa goes into this whole monologue about how she's fighting for her life, right? I'm fighting for my life and all this other stuff. And everybody's looking at her like, oh, girl, that's in poor taste, mama. Please don't do that. Everybody looking at her like, girl, read the room, bitch. We know Lisa don't read no damn room. We know her ass don't read no room, right? So then Gertie pipes up and she says, I was fighting for my life. Gertie, Alexia, everybody was like, hey, whoa. We understand you fighting for forks and knives. We get it. We get it. You fighting for cutlery. And that's fine, right? That's fine, but it's not actually for your life. She then goes into the monologue about how don't compare fights. So I'm going to open the floor for you to tell me what you think. And then I do feel like we need to have a good conversation about Gertie. You think we should have it now, or maybe
let's give it a little more time, because I don't want to.
More time.
We got a little more time, because we got to give other. Okay. We kind of got to give other folks the business. Also,
you're right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the reason I know, and we've talked about this before, the reason why I have to emphasize, and it's going to also tie into our conversation about Gertie later, but the reason why I always have to emphasize, even to myself, that more than one thing can be true, is that if you say one thing, then folks automatically jump to the opposite thing. It's kind of like Twitter logic, where it's just like, I said this, and it's like, well, you said, and it's like, that's a completely different sentence. Like that was nowhere. That was not anywhere. I don't know how you came up with that. So I try to be clear about that, because one thing doesn't have to necessarily negate the other. Exactly. So what I agree with is that saying I'm in the fight for my life when someone is going through a not just life altering but life threatening situation, right? Not smart. But we already know Lisa has no self awareness. Can't read not one page, one word, one letter of the room. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not shocked by that. So I agree that kind of taking her to task for that. I do agree with that piece. I do think that Lisa's delusions and however she is aside, I don't think that it's fair to, draw comparisons about who suffered that. Now, I do understand that cancer, if we're going to be honest, yes, I think the worst case scenario is cancer. No one wants to be literally fighting for their life.
No,
So it's
no.
not to say that that is not true, but I
Right.
also think it can be true, the histrionics and the foolishness aside, that it can be a very devastating situation to not have certainty about the future of your, with your kids and come out of this divorce and all those kind of things. That's taking away, and like it makes it hard because Lisa has not made this season, like it's been
Mm-mm.
really hard to root for her. And so that's why I'm saying it's just like, ugh, so hard to even kind of slightly lean in that direction. But it's more so about just not comparing situations, because just because I am not dealing with, I mean, there's so many different things, that people are probably dealing with that I don't have to deal with, but it doesn't mean that, I have my own, battles mentally and emotionally that I go through. And those are some
Right.
things that other folks don't have to deal with. So I just think saying like, oh, okay, well, you need to chill out because you're not dealing with this. Yes, she's not. So there should be, and it's both things. There should be a sense of gratitude and know that your children are healthy, that you have stability, and the fact that you can afford a 32,000. That's what I'm
A
saying. Like
month.
then it gets
Yeah.
cut by the piece that you in a $32,000 place and you still being taken care of. So it's hard, but I do just think in the general sense you can still acknowledge someone else's battle or situation. Let's not say battle, other
Yeah.
situation without it
Yeah.
necessarily being a this thing. Even though I do know, technically speaking, it is a this thing.
Yes. Yes. Virgo Queen
Yeah.
totally agrees. And I do too. I do too. I agree. It's like you said, it's two things can be true at once. I do think the answer to this problem would be Lisa just need to read the goddamn room. But we know, people in hell want ice water. So that's not, it's not gonna happen, right? So I agree. I agree. This yeah. But it just yes, but inside of me, I hear what you're saying. You're absolutely right. That's the logical thing to say. That is actually, you're absolutely right. But I'm also thinking the petty side of me is saying, Lisa, girl, you are not fighting for your life. You're
Right.
literally just fighting for money. That's it.
Right.
Because the a real fighter would be like, I'm fighting over cutlery, bitch. You can have this shit, like, cause I'm
Right.
finished with you anyway, right? I'm
Right.
moving the fuck on, right? I've got my
Exactly.
money.
Mhm.
I'm gonna figure out whatever bag I can get in so that I can double it for me. Play
Mhm.
the sympathy card. This man left me for some. I was gonna say white woman, but then I was like, I can't say that. That doesn't apply. But I'm saying Lisa could check off all the sad girl boxes
Mhm.
and you capitalize. But
Mhm.
again, that would take, you know, sense that is
Right.
common.
Exactly.
That was
I was,
so
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say it was giving what you just said was giving me. I'll give up all that other stuff, Your Honor, except my name.
Hello, come on.
I
That's
worked too hard for it,
I
Your
worked
Honor.
too hard for it. Oh God, yes, that's exactly. Come on, that's where I got that from. I watched that movie and I was like, I know that's right. Yes, yes, that's it. That's it. Okay, so we get into Gertie. We're all defending Gertie. Poor choice of words, Lisa. Lisa's crying. I'm getting sick, y'all. Oh my God, I'm getting so sick. I was like, oh,
Again.
okay, Lisa. Okay, girl. Okay. Pat on the back. Pat on the back. Okay, so we get into the conversation about ganging up on Lisa at I don't remember what trip they were at. I think it was something Lisa was doing to try to make herself feel better. I don't know what she was doing, but the girls were asking her questions like, if the police just got called on you, how the hell did you decide to come here? Right? Where are your kids after the police just showed up and they saw you fighting with your ex-husband, their father? Like, they were asking all these legitimate questions. Do you think that they ganged up on Lisa, or do you feel like, what are your thoughts? And y'all get down in the comments as well. Please tell me what y'all think.
So here's the thing. I think the validity that there was obvious validity. Excuse me. There was obvious validity to what they were asking and saying, and even concern.
Yeah.
I think the issue with a lot of the housewives setups, especially when there is a big table involved, is
Oh,
that it
yeah.
always becomes this thing, and
Yeah.
I'm not even even just saying this because of Lisa. There's just like the dynamics always seem to kind of come forth that way at some point. Everybody kind of, so even if you have good intentions, it can kind of seem like, okay, and you're asking something, and you're saying something, and you're asking, and you're saying something. And what about you? So I think the thing is, maybe if it was a couple of them asking, and then everybody just kind of like chilled, and then maybe somebody else. And I don't know the timeline or the time progression because they edit this stuff down, so I don't know who said what, when, or where. Or in what order, but I can see how it probably, to an extent, would could feel like maybe an attack because everyone's just kind of saying all this stuff at once. But I also think that because Lisa is kind of, I think because to an extent Lisa is kind of self-centered and kind of selfish. And she's not perceptive. I think she's willing to take everything as an attack rather than kind of get underneath, ignoring the dynamics of the table and what's happening, like kind of like here underneath what, like, I feel like with some friends, like even with me as a friend, like I'm not always going to tell you what you want to hear, but I always do it with a certain degree of grace. And for you to kind of understand that underneath it, like there is genuine care, concern for you. You may, like I said, you may not like what I'm saying, but I'm never going to say it in a way that's going to, hurt you or make you feel terrible about yourself. But I would hope that you as a friend would have the awareness and kind of give me the benefit of the doubt, even if you are a little flustered with me being honest in that moment, to kind of understand, like, okay, I understand you just have, because I feel like if you have a real friendship, you have to understand that people do want the best for you and, have good intentions. And if you don't, then you shouldn't be friends with those people.
Exactly. No, I agree. I 100% agree. I just don't understand how Lisa like goes through life. Like I would just be so concerned. Like if I was her mama, I would be so concerned. Like, girl, are you? I would be concerned anyway.
Well, you know what I was gonna say? Next season we need to. I know we kind of got a little bit of something, but we need like a legit sit down between Lisa and her mother about like. Yes. Their lives growing up, because I don't want to know more about the mom. I want to know more about Lisa, because I just feel like, how did we? And I don't know what her mom is like. We only really heard but a little bit from her, but I'm just like, did she learn? I don't. It would be interesting if Lisa didn't learn this from her mom, because I'd be interested in learning who she did learn that from, because her mother could be completely different, and as far as her mentality.
That's what it gives me, though. It gives that Lisa's mom is not the same as Lisa. I don't know what it is to me, because when we were introduced to Lisa's mom, who her family is from Jamaica.
Right.
Okay. So you from Jamaica and you, okay. I didn't guess. I didn't know that. I knew her mayonnaise had a little mustard, a little ketchup in it, but I didn't know. I didn't. I mean, I know she was mayonnaise, but I didn't know, right? It had a couple extra condiments in it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I saw that, I was like, okay. And then her mom said that she would often want to come, but then Lenny started treating her mama bad. So I was like, so it sounds like you got with this rich man and was like, bye, ma, and never talked to her again. Lenny don't want you around, and I got to do what Lenny says because I got to go where the money go. That's what it gave to me. But I agree with you. I'd be interested to see. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say Kim Zolciak, or KK Kim, as some folks call her. She did the same thing with Croy when she got with him at their wedding. Like, she cut off her mother and her father. Ain't seen them since. And did that at the wedding, and then they ain't been around each other in. That was like, I don't know if that was like 2012, but it's been over a decade. I don't think like the kids haven't seen her grandparents. Like, yeah.
I can see that. Okay. I'm not surprised. Anyway, we're going down a whole another tangent. But anyway, we need more from Lisa. I need to see more of her.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get into Dr. Nicole inviting Anna to the Mamacita brunch, and Andy asking Alexia and Marisol, and I mean throughout the whole episode, Marisol's hair was just looking more and more like, girl, please get a brush, girl. Anyway, so get a brush. My question was, or Andy's question was, out of all the people, why did you guys get up and run from Anna? Right? What did you think? Why do you think that Alexia and Marisol Marisol specifically, maybe, decided that they were going to get up and leave and run from Anna. They ain't never ran from no fight before, so I'm interested to understand why they did that. And so why do you think?
So what I do know is that, and I remember this from the show, but I do know at the very least, if not just Anna herself, but Anna's daughter, was talking cash money, what, on those live streams,
Oh,
saying,
I do
calling,
remember that.
because she was calling Marisol, like
Mm-hmm.
saying she was just like she's dead inside, and then she looks like a corpse on the outside and stuff like real foul stuff. And I don't know if it was her daughter or Anna who was saying that. I guess she's a beard for her husband. Her husband is actually gay, and like some real like janky foul stuff. So,
Damn.
um, so so from that standpoint, I could understand maybe she was just like, oh, wait a minute, you gonna bring this chick around after all this stuff I done heard? So yeah, but and let me say this, I don't know. I feel like Marisol had more of the issue than Alexia. And I
Yeah.
don't know if Alexia was just gonna trying to back Marisol up, but the way that she did it almost seemed like she was worried about stuff that Anna was gonna say too. She said she's not scared, then just because to me, not that I'm trying to like get in no knockdown, drag out fight with anybody, but honestly, it's not hard for me to be in a room with other people and just like I don't see you,
Yeah.
you don't see me.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. I'm just
Yeah.
like whatever you want to come at me with. All right, like it's
Exactly.
whatever. So I feel like I think maybe the possibility. You know what? I think it's just the fact that they couldn't predict what Anna could or would possibly be willing to say, especially
Mm-hmm.
when she's just coming in out of nowhere and been on the
Yeah.
show since really fully since however many years ago, second and third season. So I think it was just more so the fact that she could really come in and say anything and air out whatever or say like, oh, I heard this about you. And I think they just were like, no, we ain't gonna do that. So we're out.
Yeah, that's what I think. I said, nah, Anna got the tea. I hope Anna's going to be a friend of the show or something like that coming next season because Marisol and Alexia need to be humbled down. 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just interested because, baby, when they took off when they heard Anna was coming. They didn't even sit down. Like, they didn't even get a chance to sit down in the seat before they was out the door.
Yeah, Alexia grabbed her jacket and she was like, thank you for this, but goodbye.
Okay. Okay, out the door, right? So do you think that Dr. Nicole set Marisol up? That's the $1 million question. Do you think Dr. Nicole was a part of the setup?
So again, I'm not I'm not like, I promise you, I'm not biased. I don't put anything past anybody, but
No.
I just don't feel like, I just feel like I was about to say Marisol. I feel like Nicole has been very straightforward.
Right.
I feel like she's about as honest as you can get. I understand when it comes to reality TV, is smoke and mirrors. So honest, is a loose term. But I don't feel like she's putting on anything. So I just feel like if she really felt that way, she would just say it. And I just feel like, how many times does Adriana have to say like, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it? Like, I just feel like, again, y'all just want a reason to be mad at this girl. And I think when folks really want to believe something about a person, there's no dissuading them. Like, I believe it and that's it.
That's exactly. I literally wrote Adriana is literally right there. Like, she is the culprit, and you hate her just as much as you hate Nicole. But actually, you hate Nicole more because you think she's the real Barbie and you feel intimidated. That's Alexia, and Marisol is just gonna go along to get along just because Alexia don't like somebody, Marisol don't like that person. So it is what it is. We do find out that Marisol and Nicole hung out that same day at the Mamacita brunch, and she got video showing everybody this heifer was in my lap in my Rolls Royce, and Marisol was like, I didn't know whose Rolls Royce it was. I thought it was Lisa's. First of all, how the hell y'all got all them goddamn Rolls Royces that y'all asses don't know whose Rolls Royce is what? I said, no, that's money, okay? Come on. Money. I hope some of y'all are taking some friendship applications because I will fill them out and I can pass the background check.
Exactly.
All that money. Come on. Rolls Royce. Come on. Go. What were your thoughts? Any thoughts on that?
Um, so I thought it was hilarious when Nicole basically pulled the receipts. She pulled that phone out, and to quote Tammy from that her first season of Basketball Wives, y'all up there smiling in my face, laughing, cackling, ka ka ka, he, and trying to be cool. And I think it was funny because it's like, so wait a minute, all this goes down. You so upset, you so angry, but you found time to still hang out. Like, see, and this is what I'm talking about, reality TV, because it's just like what folks do on camera and then what they say when the cameras go down. Yeah, and it just it lets me know that Marisol's on some BS, which I knew that anyway, because even
Of
her
course.
her initial issue, the way she came at Nicole with that dumb game or whatever in the first place, it never made sense. So I don't know if that's just I don't know if that's just her trying to have a moment for the show, but it's like, come on now, let's be honest, please.
Exactly. No, I agree. And shout out to Callie Steve. Thank you so much. Miami deserves the MVP award. They put it all out there. They absolutely do. It is so I love this show. I laughed, I cried, I cussed. I was mad. Every week I wanted to talk about it with somebody. So I agree with you, Callie Steve. They they tripping. They tripping. Miami is the gold mine. If they really put the promotion behind it, it's crazy. But I also agree with you. 100% D. 100%. Okay. Adriana apologizes again. She brings out another prop, that damn rose she gives to. So embarrassing. Marisol was like, "Oh my god, I don't want to be on this show again. I don't want to be on this show with this girl."
And then Alexia put her head on. Alexia was like, "Oh my gosh."
I think everybody on the stage was like, "Dear God, what the fuck else? Please, no more props, Alexia. I mean, Adriana, no more, girl. You have been. She is so embarrassing. She really gives. Go ahead.
Oh, gives what? Go ahead.
She gives that theater, that geeky, like, I used to be a geek, and just like, oh, come on, mama, please, like, leave that in high school. But keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, and Nicole, of course, is she's cool, and she can go along to get along. But I know Nicole was like, "Girl, what you doing with this rose?" Like, I know she was not over. Oh, one other thing, because I think I had sent you a message saying like, "Lord, Adriana, this is where she loses me." One thing, as they were having that conversation, and I guess. What was it? Marisol was explaining like why she was excited for the Mother's Day thing, because she talked about how Mom Elsa, her mom, passed on Mother's Day, and so it's a just being a part of that, and her having a good event, being a part of something that Nicole was a part of, and them being able to move on. And as she's trying to explain this, she's getting emotional. And Adriana is talking about something like, but it wasn't the day, but it wasn't the day. It wasn't Mother's Day. It wasn't Mother's Day, but it wasn't the day. And Andy was like, we heard you say this eight times. All right. Like, please.
Okay. Cállate. Shut up. Okay.
Right. And then as Marisol was talking about her mother and how, like, crocodile tears, I'm just like, okay, so here's the thing. Even if you don't like somebody, you got to know when to like these stunts and all this stuff you want to do, you need to, like, I don't know if she needs to have a conversation with Kenya Moore, with like, I don't know, there's so many people she could talk to, but the way she tries to like have these moments, they're so off. You said the same thing about, like, even on the show, like how all of a sudden we talking about with Julia riding in the car, and all of a sudden we talking about Alexia after we were just on the reunion talking about, oh, we're gonna be friends again.
Yes.
I don't get it. So I was just like, okay. I try to give not even grace, but I try to like root for her, because she can be entertaining. I do like when she gives some of these girls the smoke, but she just don't know how to keep it together.
No, the timing is terrible. She just it doesn't land. It doesn't land. And please go away from us with this, okay? Please go away from us with this. So they bring in, any other thoughts?
No, no good.
Okay. So they bring in Julia into the conversation and they're asking Julia about the comment she made to Lisa and about Lisa being a bad mom. And, Lisa's getting all upset again. And she feels like Julia was trying to, talk about her motherhood. And Julia was like, that's not where I was coming from. Andy has been on this train, and I've noticed this because he did this with Beverly Hills. He's doing it with Miami. He's doing it with Married to Medicine. He's trying to get the girls to reconcile. I guess because he doesn't want any more Potomacs, because them heifers hate each other and they still have to film. So he's trying to make sure people reconcile before they leave. It's quite obvious, Andy, but anyway, so he's kind of pushing Julia into apologizing to Lisa. I'm gonna ask you two questions. First question is, when you heard Julia say what she said, did you take it as something that was offensive? One. Two, did you think that Julia owed Lisa an apology based off of what your first answer is? And y'all please get down in the chat. Everybody who's in the chat, y'all give us your answer as well. So go ahead.
So with that whole situation with Julia and Lisa again, and I get that this was probably coming off of, this experience or somewhere within the same time where we had all these women coming at. So maybe you feel a little unsure, maybe a little, but I don't feel like I feel like if you tell me if we're at this event, this was the opera event. But if we're at this event, you call us and tell us, we got the police out at the house. Mm-hmm. First of all, it could be anything going on. It could be a fire. It could have been a crime. It could be anything. And then you show up at the event. I'm thinking that's it. You done for the night. And then you show up.
Right.
And then you and it's like, oh, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah. And I don't remember how the kids got brought up or even how she asked, but it was just kind of like, oh, everything okay with the kids? They're okay. She's like, yeah, I just tucked them in and I'm here. I feel like anybody, after hearing about a potential emergency situation, regardless of what it being a big thing, small thing, whatever, I just don't think anyone would be like, oh, let me just pop up at the social event, whether you feel like you need to film for the show or whatever reason. No. So I feel like that's a logical question. I'll be like, okay, so everything is really okay. I would just be very confused. And I feel like Julia was very confused as well. Like, okay. But my thing is, a hit dog hollers. And if you feel like me asking that makes you a bad mother, maybe you feel guilty about that. But that's not my issue. And honestly, I'm even though I'm somebody who is willing to apologize when I genuinely feel like I've done someone wrong. If I am not sorry, then to quote Tony Braxton on Braxton Family Values, I'm not apologizing, comma. I'm not apologizing, question mark. I'm not apologizing, exclamation mark. I'm not apologizing, period.
Boop. Me and Miss Virgo Queen says, boop. Absolutely right. Absolutely. I was like, go off, Julia. Go off. I ain't apologizing. Now I was low-key side-eyeing her when she went back in the backstage and apologized to her. And they had that whole thing. Actually, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it now because I don't want to bring it up. I want to get to Larsa so we can. Okay. I'm so petty, but I hate that bitch. Anyway, so after pressure, right? Andy breaks the girls for lunch. Julia goes back to say what's up to Lisa. Julia breaks down the situation. Her son, who had passed on, we all know the story. He passed on, and that is the motivation as to why she was that recently. Oh, yeah, that was that day, right? When she went on to social media and started basically talking about Lisa or something like that. Because I think there was some social media exchange, right?
Yeah, she was watching. I think they had the episode had been airing around the time, like the week before they had done the reunion, and I want to say it was probably around that same time, and that's what she was showing her. Where basically, I think it was her dad
Yeah.
Her
Yes.
daughter had left to go. I think it was like for college or to go out of town or just to go
Yeah.
back to where she was. And her dad was sending her pictures of her daughter when she was a baby, but he accidentally sent the picture of her son. And it
Yes.
was and so then that coupled with you saying this, which she didn't hear initially, because all
Right.
that ruckus going on, it was just kind of
Right.
like, okay, so this is what we're doing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why she
Mm-hmm.
had all that stuff to say on social media, which I understood.
I do too. I do too. I feel like Julia apologized just to kind of go along to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is fine, right? You don't want to like carry grudges, but also I don't feel like Lisa was old, and I don't feel like Lisa needed an apology.
No.
At all, because Lisa went and took it. She took something that Julia had been saying was her insecurity, because she kind of
Mm-hmm.
already told us that she was insecure about having multiple
Mm-hmm.
baby daddies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa purposely to me said, okay, well, I'm going to use what your insecurity is, I'm going to use it against you.
Mm-hmm.
And while I understand that's what you do in the rules of, like, when in rules of engagement, right? When you're in war, right, you
Right.
hit your opponent's insecurity. But what Julia said, wasn't worth all that. It wasn't worth that at all, at all. So, and I, like you said, it's a hit dog holler. You're a hit dog hollering, so you're offended because you question your own motherhood. So you taking it to the floor. You taking it to hell with Julia because you're also questioning your own ability to be a mom.
And I would also like to say really quickly,
Yeah,
her throwing out that whole "you got 3 baby daddies." Number one, that has nothing to do with the initial conversation. So you threw that out because you just wanted to be able to say that.
exactly.
And then on top of that, it don't matter whether she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is her situation in life, and what is your situation right now?
Ooh, say that shit. Say that shit. Say that shit. Cause bitch, I'd rather be Julia than a damn Lisa any day. Any day, bitch. I go to bed regular, okay, on a
Right.
silly pillow. Oh, my partner loves me. I don't know about you, okay. You got a sponsor over there, child.
It's
Mm,
just, but it's just, and I'm not gonna go that deep into it, but it's just like
no,
the folks who like to do I don't even want to talk about the respectability piece of it, but just the whole marriage thing and using that to down
yeah,
people. I'm like, your situation
it's
is like
fucking
completely, yes, like basura. Like
yes,
it is the
fucking
worst
trash.
possible situation, but you still
Yes,
feel like you're in a position because she was already going through the divorce and all that stuff going on when she said that,
yeah,
so it's like, but you still feel like you have a leg up in your situation life to say that, oh, well, you got 3 baby daddies, so that negates whatever you have to say.
girl, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Go
Exactly.
fight. Go fight over your cutlery, girl. Shut up. Just shut the hell up.
Right.
Just shut up. By the way, side note though, this is something that just is perturbs me, and
Uh-huh.
something I just don't.
Uh-oh.
People who don't close their eyes when they're kissing someone, when
Mm-hmm.
they're hugging someone, when they pray with people, like doing intimate things.
Mm-hmm.
When you have your eyes open the whole time doing that, like when Gertie and Larsa were praying at the church, and Larsa had her eyes open the whole time.
Yeah.
Gertie was crying, and everybody else's eyes were closed, and they were. I don't trust people who do not close their eyes. And Lisa had her eyes open the whole time when she was hugging Julia. Julia was bawling, breaking down, eyes just all of that. And Lisa was just looking like, okay, okay. I was like, oh nah, bitch. Ah nah. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I don't
Yeah.
trust her.
Honestly, I didn't. The reason why I couldn't, I appreciated Julia just express. I'm not even talking about Bump Lisa, but I appreciated Julia
Right.
being honest about her actual emotions because I enjoy. I appreciate Julia just for being transparent
Of
about
course.
that. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
I just feel like it was clear. It was clear to me that it was falling on deaf ears, and
On
Lisa
deaf
still
ears.
just felt indignant about whatever because she had like this. To me, her posture and her positioning and everything, it was not like, oh yeah, I really want it. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I've got my apology, so great. It didn't feel like true reconciliation. And
No.
it didn't feel like she was really like, and she didn't apologize back. So I
No.
just, yeah. So I was just like, no, this is just about you being right, and
Exactly.
I don't respect that.
That's it. That's a great point. She demanded an apology, but wasn't willing to give one to Julia. Anyway, Raggedy, she raggedy. We moving on. Okay, so we get into Nicole's package. Shout out to Nicole's dad, R.I.P. Mike. We loved him. Okay, we found out he had 2 extra kids, which made 8 kids in total. So 2 kids that Nicole didn't know about. Oh God. You can't pick your parents. Andy asked Nicole about walking down the aisle and do you think she would ever do it? I have some messages from one of my subscribers to talk about what they heard word on the curb. But before I get into that, I'm gonna ask you, do you think that Dr. Nicole and Anthony will ever walk down the aisle?
So I won't say it's not. I don't want to say like it's outside the realm of possibility. Like,
Right.
and I know what we're about to discuss, but let's just take the possibility of that out of the equation. I do think it's possible. And if I may use an example, oh my gosh, of course, and then as soon as I'm thinking of it, his name completely goes. Oh my gosh, wait. Wait. I'm so mad. Goldie Hawn. Because there are relationships. There we go. I was like, I cannot remember his name. Do you know? Are you familiar with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know how long they've been together? Mm-hmm. They've been together since 1983. And
okay, I was gonna say longer than I've been alive.
I'm sure. They've been together since 1983 and they've never been married. So the thing is, it is possible, because I don't want to just tie it all into marriage, because I even think a lot of times the reasons why people get married and the way people view marriage, like it's not even for the right reasons to begin with. And I'm not to say that it's not possible to have marriage be a positive thing and that it can't work out, because like there are so many different ways relationships can work out. So it could be one of those things where they genuinely are okay, and I think people do get worried about once legalities are in place, because like she said, you're already negotiating prenups and then how to divide assets and divide money, and it's just easier when it's just like, look, we can just be done. So there is something to that. I know there's that other piece we're going to discuss, but I think even outside of that, I just think some people, it's probably easier just to not have to enter in those other pieces. I know even with some of my friends who actually wanted to be married, they didn't even want to go through the the ceremony process, because they felt like they were just doing it for everybody to just have a party and and it's just like they're not that's not their personality. Even though they love their friends and family, it's just like, I just want to. That's not how I move.
Intimate kind of just for me and my partner. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I agree with you. Relationships all don't have to fall under marriage. You all don't have to be married. You can have, matter of fact, quiet as it's kept, the statistics say, the stats say, okay, that it's a 50-50 chance anyway. So you might as well just get it how you live. You might as well just do, you do what you know best. Do what you do best. Mm-hmm. But after my subscriber, and shout out to also to Virgo Queen as well, she also commented under this subscriber. My subscriber looked for the Yelp reviews of Anthony's of his practice and said Dr. Nicole's husband's Yelp reviews don't paint a picture. It's giving Girardi type lawyer, and that is potentially why Dr. Nicole not trying to mix her assets. And then shout out to Virgo Queen. Hope you're not embarrassed. I'm about to read your comment as well. She says, oh my God, they literally don't have one good Yelp review that I've seen. The highest rating was 2 and 1 star. So either they given their main focus to top tier clients or something really sus could be going on. Makes me think this is a real reason why Nicole may not be in a rush for marriage. That, when I read that, I said, ooh, okay, that right there. And it's perfect, right? Nicole
Mhm.
doesn't have to be, ooh, but wait a minute though. I thought about it. You know, you watch enough drug shows like Power and things
Mhm.
like that. So if anything were to happen, they could sue her and force her to get on the stand, right? She wouldn't have any immunity. But anyway, I'm thinking of, I'm going down that,
Right.
but down that road. But that to me puts a little bit of a twist on why Dr. Nicole may or may not want to marry Anthony.
Mhm.
Your thoughts? Any does that change anything that you're thinking about?
No, and I think the thing is, unfortunately, I think it's unfortunate that this is the case, but it's always said, and this shouldn't be the case, but I do think it's true to some extent. When they say that money is the root of all evil,
Yeah,
and I do think that when you have millions and the circles it takes you into, and it being kind of the upper echelon, so to speak,
right.
it
Yeah,
can unfortunately that can really create a lot of avenues for activity that is not above board. I would just
correct.
say that.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
it's unfortunate because I don't want to just paint that picture, because I'm sure there are people who have money. So like, look, I got my money, I'm minding my business. I've created, a legit business, or
yeah,
I've come from money already. So I
yeah.
understand there are different ways. I don't want that to be the case, because I wouldn't
Mm-mm.
want that to, that would be a bad situation.
Yeah,
It's good because she has her own, but still, I don't want that to be the case. But is it possible, especially when we're talking about millions? Unfortunately, yeah.
yeah. It's possible. You know what? I'm gonna probably lean to the side and say that maybe it's not the case, right? And the reason why is because I can't see, coming from Dr. Nicole's background, right? Like, I know this lady. I don't know her from a can of damn
Right.
paint. Although I do want to know you, Dr. Nicole. I would love to be
Mhm.
your best friend. Anyway, aside from that, aside from that, her growing up with her mother and her father being separated, R.I.P. Miguel, R.I.P. Mike, being separated from her, going to jail, living the way that she lived, swearing to herself that she would never live like that again, going to medical school, accomplishing all these things that she's been able to accomplish. I just don't know if she would be okay. And this is if she's aware of it, right? If she would be okay with her partner who's connected to her children, that could potentially go and jeopardize his freedom. I don't know if she would be okay with that. So maybe it's just word on the curb. Maybe the Yelp reviews just, I don't know. Maybe they're just clients who weren't satisfied. Maybe he's just not a good lawyer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I just have to be. I want to be realistic, just about the way the world works when it comes to money, unfortunately.
Right.
But also just trying to be fair and just saying, like, okay, not every single person, it shouldn't be that way. But power, money, sometimes when you're on top,
You
it's
want to
not
stay
always a good
there.
thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, I feel you, and you'll do anything because it's a hell of a drug. I feel you. Nope,
Mhm.
you're absolutely right. We're gonna breeze past. Well, I'm gonna say two more things, and then I'll let you say anything about Nicole, and we're gonna breeze past so we can hurry and get to the nitty gritty, child.
Mhm.
Okay, so Dr. Nicole's dad passed. Girlfriend, Dr. Nicole's daddy's girlfriend. I mean, we all knew she had her hand out, okay. But I was like, girl, not you thought Dr. Nicole was gonna take care of your ass too. Now I saw her. What was her name? Yolanda. What was her name?
So- Something like that.
Something
Yeah, I
like
can
that,
remember.
right?
But
I said,
I remember the look, definitely.
me too. I said, that's the look right there.
Mhm.
No comment, but that's the look. That is the look. But when she gave Dr. Nicole her little, sorry, that's a hating word, my bad. When she gave Dr. Nicole her products for organic products, I said, girl, I'd have like, Dr. Nicole, I hope you threw that shit away. Hide. First of all, you're not about to get no free promo, no free press. Throw that shit out. I would have covered the label. Thank you. Throw that shit up under the
What
table. Go
what did
ahead.
Cardi B say?
No, what was it? No press.
Press,
Damn it.
press, press, press,
Yes,
press.
yes, that's it. That's it. D, why was Cardi in my head? I was like, there is something that Cardi said that is pertaining to that, but I couldn't think of it.
Oh,
I couldn't think of it. Cardi also came across my mind. I was like, damn, didn't Cardi say something that I can use in this moment? But I didn't. I couldn't think.
that's because we here. See, cousin.
Yes, yes. So she had her hand out with Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole was like, hell nah, I don't take care of grown ass people, as she shouldn't. Okay. As she shouldn't. And Nicole says that the show and therapy really helped her get a better understanding of her father. And it was really interesting to see, especially and I'm a kid who has parents who should have never had kids. Okay. Should have never had kids. I know everybody's story isn't the same, but I am a product of people, two adults who should have never had kids. Or been allowed to have children at all. So I get that. And I see Dr. Nicole, and it was really freeing to see her free him. You know what I mean? Because he thought he was doing the best that he could in that moment, although, we know. Any thoughts on that?
One thing I just wanted to say, I think it doesn't kind of change how unfortunate it is, but I think it's a beautiful thing. I do think it's a blessing to be able to at least know someone in your life that you have a relationship like that, or excuse me, have had a fractured relationship with, and to get to a point where you understand them, you guys have clarity, you're able to work through a lot and kind of put a good amount of the past to the side, and at least in a good position, when they pass, because it could have been something totally different. It could have been whatever, could have just been in the background, passed away. Oh, I don't feel anything. So I think it's great, the fact that, and it's kind of like what, I don't know who it was that said it, but just like, she's bringing new life, and then it's kind of a transitioning, stage. So I thought, and I thought Miguel was a lot, but he was funny, and it was nice to see an authentic, genuine relationship and storyline. And not even the storyline, it's real life, but just an aspect of her story playing out that way. And I also want to say, it makes me think of, since you were being transparent about family, one thing I really, really, the older I get, the one thing I really appreciate my grandmother doing. She's been gone for a while now, but before she and she wasn't on, it wasn't like she was on her deathbed at this point or anything, but my grandmother, a long, long time ago, I think I might have been in middle school or something like that. But I remember, and my mom had told me about this. I feel like I remember when they were having the conversation. But anyway, my grandmother was one of those moms that kind of did the whole, I'll take care of you. But then once it's 18 and now you out of the house, you grown, get on the bus, figure it out, Yeah. And it's one of those things where, in a way, it's kind of like what you said about the transitional period and kind of the struggle period. It was good because it taught her independence, and she learned how to be resourceful. All the things that my mom has accomplished, it is linked to that. Yeah. But she also had to struggle in ways that she shouldn't have had to. Right. And when you have to be street smart, because I'm from, Gary, Indiana. So when you have to be street smart in, Chicago and all that, you have to be real street smart and resourceful. It can harden you in a way. And I think we're talking like 18, going in 20s and all that. She became a lot harder and tougher than she needed, to the point where it kind of changed her in a lot of ways that it shouldn't have. And so I think later on, because obviously my grandmother's relationship with me and then my mother's relationship with me, very, very different. And some of how my grandmother was with her, sometimes my mom was like that with me. And so I think it's one of those things where I think it was just where my grandmother was able to recognize and actually tell my mother, hey, you know what? I understand, what I did as a mother, what I did as a parent. I understand how that affected you. And honestly, if I could go back and change all that, just, if it meant, changing the dynamic of your life and, our lives, then I would do that. And of course, when you're young, you don't think about what that means. But as an adult, I'm like, do you know how many like children will never hear that?
Wishing they could hear.
Yeah,
Wow, that's gold. That's
yeah.
gold.
And
That's
the fact
gold.
that she had and it wasn't even like, and not to say that it's, not to negate it in a deathbed situation, but it's
No,
also like, your life is about to end, so you may feel more compelled to say things, but it was just her genuinely recognizing that a long, long time ago,
I
while
think
going to therapy and all that.
it adds even more value to the fact that she wasn't on her deathbed saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this is just something she shared without being prompted
Mm-hmm.
to, so that's, yeah, no, I think, to go back to Nicole, that's what she got.
Right,
That to be free so that they can then be released to say, oh, a lot parts of themselves that they had guarded off because of that void that
right,
they felt. So that's gold. And I love that. So I'm telling you, this show,
right.
man, Miami deserves the MVP award. I'm telling you, they put it all out there. Shout out to Cali Steve. Come on now. Bravo, Peacock. Y'all not doing our girls right, and I don't like that. I'm gonna start a petition. I was going to start a petition about, I don't know who I was gonna petition for. I don't remember, but I feel like I need to start a petition about Real Housewives of Miami.
You do.
Anyway, okay, so we get into the Gertie of it all. Okay. Gertie, Gertified cancer. Shout out to Gertie. We love her. We are here for her. She is fabulous. That girl knows she can dress like a mother. She know she can dress. Okay. Dressing down. Okay. Did you know Gertie was 46 years old?
I did not. I feel like I don't know. You know what? It is weird because it's like I feel like she had probably said how old she was at some point, if she did, or maybe early on in the first season that she came on. But no, I did not.
No.
I mean, I'm not surprised because look at the material, but
I
still.
mean, I was surprised. I was like, bitch, I know you lying. I rewinded it 4 times. Cause I was like, did she say 36? Did she say 36? Hold on, wait a minute. It got to be 36. Cause it can't be 46. That girl said 40. 4-6. Larsa, what's your excuse? But anyway, I ain't done with that bitch. We coming. We coming for you. We coming for you, raggedy. Oh, anyway. Okay, so Gertie's battle with cancer. I want this to me, for my commentary, is gonna be kind of open and shut because I don't want to start. I don't want my eyes to start sweating.
I got you.
Okay. Russell's a good man, Savannah. Russell is a good man. That's all I'm gonna say. Woo, okay, I'm gonna let you say what you need to say about Gertie and her battle with
The first thing I'm going to say, and I don't even want to I don't even want to mention the name, but I still need to say it because I feel like it needs to be said. But Maurice could never. Sorry, Kenny, but this is what you would
could never. We could
right.
see,
like
yeah,
this is what you. This is what you. I don't want to. I was about to say wish she had, but I'm like that's what you should have had.
Yes.
That should have been the situation you were in, but it was not. So
no.
It's unfortunate, but the proof is in the pudding, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I had to say that because only because we saw, ironically enough, two very completely different situations play out on reality TV involving a cancer, husband, wife, that kind of situation, and it's just crazy. It's like night and day.
Yes. I feel like Gertie got her husband from like the top shelf, right? and like and Kimmy got her husband from like the $5 bin at Walmart or something. Like, girl, it's not gonna last.
Wait. Are you saying she got him from La Rag Bin?
La Rag Bin? Cause I was just about to say that. Yes, Laragbian. That's it. I really wanted to say Laragbian so bad. Laragbian. Okay. You know, it's what happens, right? When you're in a mad dash to herp and grab some dick and call it your husband. That's what happens. Oh, I got some dick, y'all. Oh, this is my man. Okay, girl. Good luck. Good luck. But anyway, but yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's quality. That's what happened when you grab quality.
Yeah.
And not just scraps or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you can wait on or steal or I don't know I don't know how it's still a little cloudy on how Kimmy and Maurice got together, but okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Justice for Kiowa.
Yes, justice for Kiowa. Exactly. Justice for Kiowa. Okay, so that's your first point. Maurice could never. Anything else?
As far as that, I'm probably missing something, but just just when they replayed that moment when she was hugging on to him when she was about to go into surgery because she didn't want to let him go.
Yeah.
Because she didn't know what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
that was one that got me again. Yeah.
Yeah. It was when he cut her hair.
Oh, that too. I knew I was forgetting, but yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's how you. And he was like, man, you look good, and it was
Right.
like genuine, like you look good. You know, I was like, oh, because I feel like was Maurice making fun of her? He was making fun of her when she lost her hair. He was making. I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get okay. I'm about to get mad. Yeah. I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get mad. And that's another fuck nigga for another day. We not. I don't have time. I don't have time. You heard Larsa talking about the stats on black women?
Oh my god. Bitch. I was just like, it's because what was it? I watched, because we did our live stream last Friday, and I think I was telling you afterwards. Okay, I didn't see it because it came on Thursday.
Yes.
So I was like, let me go ahead and watch this once I get off, and I was like, what was Belle just saying about this chick being in black women's business? I was like.
Bitch, why the fuck do you? What the bitch? Square up, ho! I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm so sick of her. Now you advocate for black women. Now you advocate for black women. Girl, shut the fuck up. Go ahead. Sorry, D. Go ahead. You.
No, you're good because it's like, and it's almost like. And it would be like one thing if you have shown yourself to just be an advocate. Because I understand like the dynamics of being an ally and all that can show up in a lot of different ways. But we ain't even talking about that. Right. But even just as a friend to this black woman, or as a friend to Gertie or Kiki or whatever, if you had kind of shown yourself to be a certain type of person, then maybe it'd be like, okay, you're just being supportive, you're just throwing that in there. But when you have literally chosen, as the example I use, Snow White and the Huntsman, like evil queen, sucking the life.
I heard it somewhere else. Somebody said the exact same thing, but keep going. I can't remember where I found it, but they said the same thing. Like she sucks the life out of black women. But keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, tries to soak up everything about them and everything she can possibly think of, and then it's just like, okay, well, let me throw out this this fact about a black woman. I'm like, why would that even be?
Why would you? What the fuck? Shut up. Why? Why?
At what point does this show up in your life to where you would even discussing this? Like,
no. Exactly. I'm like, y'all, please. Y'all need to get somebody on here who don't like her. That's why I love that. That's the only time Adriana is of use is when she getting Larsa together. When she get Larsa together, I'd be like, okay, now I remember why I like.
Right.
Now I remember why, because she's like the raid for Larsa. She just you spray her one good time and Larsa little roach legs she gets stuck. She don't have nothing for her. She really doesn't. But she literally is the only person who can shut Larsa down, and I don't understand why. because it's
Right.
not like she's not an easy read.
No, very easy.
You know. Anyway, are you ready to have this real conversation about Gertie?
So, I love my reality TV quotes. I'm going to quote Erica Dixon from the season 3 reunion of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Because I've been quiet for too long.
Go off, cuz. Go off. Go off. Go off. I ain't gonna hold you. Go ahead. I know. I love Gertie. Okay, so
I do
while
too.
before we get into this conversation,
Yeah.
this is not Gertie bashing. We are so happy for her. We are proud of her. She's the Haitian, one of our Haitian sensations. Okay, strong, beautiful, stylish, has the thing, smart. But girl, all right now, go ahead, D.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you have made some of these points already, as far as your wrap up of Miami. Again, we are emphasizing. I'm throwing in the multiple things can be true because they can, and that's why we
Yes.
led with what everything we like about Gertie.
Right.
Where Gertie, okay, so I think where Gertie has kind of gone awry, and it makes it difficult because on the other side of this, in the midst of this conversation these statements is Larsa.
Right. Oh, raggedy bitch.
Exactly. But I think the issue is, and I kind of said this last week, but I think I don't know if it's just her personality. I don't know if it's the show. I don't, or a combination of those things. But Gertie is extremely overdramatic, just in the way that she kind of her faces, her movements, her conversations, the way that she talks, and the way she, her kind of quirks and all those things.
Yes.
And and I think it detracts from the seriousness of this whole situation she's been dealing with.
Yes.
Because I'll be honest, because I don't think you were I think the review for this episode, I don't think you got to share all your thoughts, but like when she kind of dropped that bomb at, I think it was at
At
Marisol's
the
house
dinner.
about,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, and then she was saying like, so I'm dealing with that, and then she kind of storms out the house, and then and she's like, y'all are worried about the wrong, and she's kind of like, it's this big moment. I understand there are things we should be more focused on, but you know what this show is like. You know what the dynamics of the show are like. Mess and drama is a core piece of it, and I understand it makes you more emotional, but it kind of, a lot of this season has kind of showed that maybe Gertie should have taken more time away from the show, and genuinely just for her own health, because also it's not good going through all these things, your body's being, it's so many things happening internally, and then you're being all these invasive procedures and all that. And I just think being in the midst of drama and chaos and all that, I just don't think it was a good idea for her just to stay in the midst of that. And then as she's responding to these situations, it kind of almost came off like she was like dropping these bombs and dropping these moments like within like the cancer moments, like even with the stuff with Larsa to begin with. We already know what Larsa is, so whatever. But just the way it was just kind of dropped like that, it was kind of like, but wait, what were y'all having the conversation about? And where was the initial fake, conversation about her being fake? Where is that conversation versus this other thing?
Right.
And then the same thing where it was very kind of soap opera-ish, and it's hard to say because I know underneath it she means well, and but like when she had like the wig and the hat on, and she was just like, "This is what I was dealing with." I was like, "This is giving telenovela." It's giving telenovela, and it's like, Gertie, we're rooting for you, and we definitely empathize and definitely want you to get better. Like seeing her journey and her getting better and Russell and all that has been great, but I just think that for whatever reason, Gertie does not like come off as I know this is gonna sound bad, but you know how Drew is on Atlanta, where there's a lot of kind of theatrics and it
Oh
almost feels
yes, yep,
kind of like acting. I don't think Gertie is
yeah,
acting, but there are times where it almost feels, because I feel like the reason people don't click with Drew is because she's not 100% like with her
right,
emotions and her feelings, and she's not. It's
right,
not just what you see is what you get. It's a
yeah,
bunch of we throwing bones and we do all this the shenanigans and weird stuff. And
yeah,
with Gertie, it's not quite the same because I think Drew is also a liar. I don't think Gertie is a
no,
liar,
no,
but
no,
I just think in her arguments and whatever it is, she doesn't know how to just say what it is,
yeah,
let the moment be what it is, and then okay, we're done. It's just a lot of extra stuff in the mix,
yeah,
and it detracts from everything that we actually do like about her. So there
yes,
we go.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I'll add two things to it. I think it does detract, which not an excuse for the women at all, not an excuse for the other ladies, but I think that's what deterred them from really rallying around her in the way that I would expect people to do when someone tells you that they have cancer, right? I think because of the theatrics and it's off-putting. It's like, well, is this real? Like, so I'm, you know what? I was gonna give it to her, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm never gonna give her anything. But I will
I know what you're
say,
saying.
you know what I mean? I can understand why she was like, in the heat of an argument between Gertie, she was like, well, how do you know? Like, or how, asking all these inappropriate questions, but also I can understand why she was asking those questions, because it's like, you just dropped this on me in the middle of a argument. Are you weaponizing it against us? Because that's also what it came off like to me, right? It was kind of like in a game of spades, right? And I just threw down. Yeah. So every time we get into an argument, she throwing the big joker down. And it's like, bitch, this the three of hearts. Girl, you don't have to do like with this the and if you a space player, you know what I'm talking about. Like, girl, this is the three of hearts, girl. All you had to do was throw out a queen, a jack, a king. Girl, you didn't have to do this, girl, heart's leg, girl. You don't gotta do a joker, mama. You don't gotta do all that. But every suit she was throwing down jokers. It was like, nah, girl, is this for real? And so that it so it made it seem like, how can I be there for you when I'm questioning the validity, when I'm questioning how this is being approached? Like, when she took off her wig, I was like, girl, that was not. First of all, you started with Larsa, right? You started arguing with Larsa,
Right.
right? All of the, you didn't need to do that. Now, if she come to you with the bullshit, then I could see you being like, bitch, leave me alone. This is what I had to go through today. But you start with her, and then because you're getting frustrated with her because she's not taking your side, or, so yielding the way you want her to, you feel like, okay, well, here's my big joker. And it's like, Gertie, I want you to survive, but how am I supposed to root with? This is why the girls didn't rally for her in the way that they should have.
Right.
So those are my last two pieces that I'll say about that.
And when you said that, I realized something else I forgot. It also took away from the seriousness, and unfortunately gave Larsa an out in her argument when she said, "See, I was testing her, and see, she didn't pass the test." And I was like, "Wait, this is a life-threatening disease. Like, this is not like a oh, hey, Nita.
Hey, Nita. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. Check out Nita the Diva.
Yes,
that's my girl. She's in the DMV. Okay, we got to go to brunch. She's been dodging me.
Please do.
Yes, we got to go to brunch, but y'all subscribe to her channel. I just was on her live stream yesterday. They were talking about Married to Medicine, Real House. They do a mashup of reality TV from Bravo. Baby, she was going in on Dr. Jackie, baby, and I was here living.
Oh, okay. I gotta run that back. I'm here for it.
You have to. And she's also posting a story, a personal story about her birthing story with her son and everything, and the experience that she had, tying it into the commentary that Dr. Jackie made on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube. So really powerful stuff, y'all. Check it out. Check it out. I don't know, Nita, if you already posted it. I haven't gone to your page since this morning. So let us know if you dropped it. But y'all subscribe to her channel as well. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was saying she ended up basically inadvertently giving Larsa out when she said, I was testing her, and she didn't, and she didn't pass the test, and that's when I was like, but this is a life-threatening disease, this is something that can honestly kill you. And if you want to just, if you want to say like, okay, in the moment I got frustrated, I wanted to just to say like, this was kind of bubbling up, I just wanted to say like, okay, look, I don't care about this because I'm going like say that. Right. But you don't test people, and drop bombs like that, regardless of how I feel about Larsa. It'd be like if I'm arguing with somebody and they just like, well, guess what? Da-da-da-da. I mean, it could be anything they could say, and I'm just like, like, how did we get here? And then to hear that it might be a test later, I'd be like, testing what? Testing what? Exactly. So that's where I think she goes wrong. And like I said, I think in general, I appreciate like what she represents on the show. It's just that Gertie like has to find a way to be more, whatever piece of it is, for the cameras, or whatever piece of it is just her personality. I think she has to find a way to just, just smooth it out, because it's a lot of I think. And theatrics can be fun sometimes, but as we've seen with Adriana on this reunion, too many theatrics is just like, oh, okay, all right.
Are you well? No, sweetie, are you well? Like, is everything okay? Yeah, no, I agree. And she gave Larsa an out. And back to your point where you said that she said she was testing, that's manipulation. And that's what this whole, every time we get into an argument, you throw down that you're, talking about, you throw down your condition. That's manipulation. Essentially is what it is. So, Virgo Queen, I think she was testing to keep her mouth shut, but we knew Larsa was going to fail horribly. Absolutely. We do know. So I do know she was testing to see if Larsa was going to run her mouth. But it's still kind of like, Mama, this life-threatening disease. Maybe test her on something else, something that's not like I don't know, like make up a lie and tell her something, and then see what she would do with it, right? But not with life-threatening diseases that like you need people to rally around you and take you seriously.
And the thing is, it was also a weird moment to be testing somebody, because, and if we're going to be actually honest, the whole, because I remember seeing that, I don't even know where I saw that on YouTube, but Gertie randomly calling Larsa fake kind of came out of nowhere, which ain't a lie, but it's not a lie. But it's like we never got to why she actually said it about Larsa. It became all this other stuff. And even the first time that they were around each other, and she was like, okay, so hey, Gertie, I heard you call me fake. What's up with that? And she was like, no, but I'm going to need you. No. And it was just like, and she's like, huh?
That I said the same thing. I was like, girl, first of all, why would you need somebody who's fake? I'm not relying on a, okay, girl, but please, Gertie, again, we love you, Gertie. We love you, but girl, you, I can't with you, Mama.
You know what? I meant to send. I had a screenshot of this. I meant to send it to you, but that you might have seen. Oh Lord, that iconic chaotic gondola scene that we got.
Oh yes. So damn! Oh, when the mariachi band was coming and they were. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they had it was the I don't want to say dead, but like the babies hanging from the trees and all that, and then what was it? Gertie's getting sick. What's her name?
Chaos.
Kiki and Lisa hollering at each other. Julia's crying. Alexia's just kind of like
that poor gondola man was fighting for his life on the thing, trying to push all them big booty holes on that damn gondola. He was red in the face. He was like, "Oh dear Lord."
Exactly. But there is a point where, Julia, as she's getting upset and everything, Gertie's kind of has her hand, is trying to come, but also Gertie's, this moment. And as she's doing that, I paused.
I sighed.
At one point, because I guess like Gertie was just kind of like in the moment and she's trying to comfort. When I tell you, I paused the TV and I paused the TV and Julia is like kind of looking in this direction. How about Gertie got like her hands halfway over her face, smashing her hair over her? I was like, what are you doing?
I saw that. I was like, I hollered. That gondola scene, that gondola ride, I was like, abort mission. This shit is crazy. I hollered. I was pure de-entertained. Okay. Oh my God.
What? That one scene gave more than anything Potomac has done this entire season.
I'm telling you, Nita, you gotta get into it, girl. You gotta get into it. Start at season 4. You can skip the rest of them seasons. Get into season 4. It's real stuff, but it's real stuff. And I don't know why they treat Rhom like a bald-headed stepchild, but baby, it is everything. I watched that show. I binged it, and I don't really binge stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I binged it. Okay?
I remember you were giving me them updates. You were like, "Oh my gosh,
yes, my gosh. Yeah, I was OMGing him almost every other day. Like, oh, did you see it? Like, for real. Shout out to Tammy Talks. Y'all subscribe to her channel as well. She's on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so we definitely want to help her get there. She's a hands down a Real Housewives of Potomac fan, and every week she be like, "Did you watch the season? Did you watch the season before?" Because I've just hopped in for season 8, and every week I say, "Nah, I'm not doing it," because I cannot go back.
No,
but for Miami. Best decision I've ever made. Best decision I've ever made. Well, not the best, but one of the best. I put it on the list. It's a good show, y'all. It's real good. Hell no. Season 1. Watch his real face. Okay. She was actually a very pretty woman. She was and naturally, like, I mean, it was very European, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, European people they look good. They can look good too, It was very European look, right? She was born European, so I don't know what. Anyway, I don't know. We're moving on. So, Larsa spreading Gertie's business. Larsa said she didn't know that Gertie asked her to keep quiet with the girls. She just thought that it was social media. And that Gertie did not want Larsa to tell social media her condition. Larsa, you's a raggedy ass bitch, and you know good and damn well. She meant don't tell nobody. Okay. As soon as they walked from the table, the bitch was already talking about, oh, should I tell TMZ? What if I tell TMZ? I said, Gertie, that should have been your cue right there to cuss that bitch out right now, because she was finna go back less than an hour before she could even sit her fat ass down on the table, on the couch, or wherever she was at. Okay, we're not body shaming nobody else except for Larsa. Okay, that's the only person I like to body shame. Okay, because the shit is built. She wasn't born with it. She was assembled. Okay, that's the only bitch I'll talk about. Okay,
assembly line. Yeah,
it was an assembly line. Exactly. Everybody else is, that you got what you got, and I'm not about to talk about you because I respect you. But Larsa raggedy ass, before she could get up, puff of his face head ass on the couch, in the door, good, okay? She already telling everybody and her mama. She told the bellhop. She done told the elevator people. She done told the housekeeper. She done told the mailman. She done told the groceries people. Like, bitch, shut up. And she not even doing it in a way like, y'all, we gotta rally around Gertie. We gotta, like,
right.
Gertie told me she got cancer, y'all.
wait. You know what that sounded like when you said that, right?
No, what? What?
Got me some Lynn last week, y'all.
Yes, got me some land last night. Went in on Thursday, came out on Sunday, I think it was. I can't remember. Got me some land last night, y'all. That's exactly. She's just awful. Shout out to JB says, what y'all? Hey, thank you for coming through. He is also a YouTuber as well. Please subscribe to his channel. He also reviews Real Housewives of Miami, one of the few. And yes, we be having a good time over on his channel, y'all. So definitely subscribe, okay? We just you didn't miss much. We full swing and talking about raggedy ass Larsa. So please get in where you fit in, y'all. Get in where you fit in. But yeah, she was just going around telling everybody. Oh, my bad. Let me be quiet, D. Go ahead. You tell us your thoughts.
No, you good. What? I'm just running, doing the run tell that with Gertie.
Oh, yes.
Again, this is not.
Oh, you froze.
Given how serious this situation is, Larsa is not the person I would test with not telling my business. I feel like that's too serious. And like you said, like we can find something else. Like we can come up with some random rumor or whatever. But I just feel like you kind of I just feel like even if it wasn't your intention, you kind of gave her the opportunity. You basically robbed. You kind of let her rob you of the opportunity of telling. Sharing this with, the other lady. She shared it with, of course, Adriana and Nicole and them, but the rest, she didn't get to tell them that herself. So I just feel like at the very least, sometimes, well, not even sometimes, I'm big on just keeping my business to myself until boom, until plans have been, once it's already come together, once I'm kind of in the midst, made some progress, whatever. But I'm already big on that anyway. So I just feel like since I don't believe in doing that. So I just kind of, even though I understand it should have been a situation where she should have been able to confide and say it and have an emotional moment, but Larsa ain't the one. She ain't.
She too raggedy of a bitch to do that. I feel like this was another way for her to like take the steam out of her engine. Oh my God, I sound just like my grandma. I say okay. She basically was trying to steal. To me, I felt like she was trying to steal Gertie's thunder, regardless. Because attention is still attention, whether it's positive or negative, based on where it's coming from, is still attention. And I just felt like you're absolutely right, D. Larsa is very vapid, absolutely, the definition of. But yeah, I feel like she was like, oh hell nah, Gertie not about to be we not about to let her be the star. So I'm gonna just tell everybody for her. Because why else? What else? What other reason?
Right.
Anyway, child, she raggedy. You know what? I don't even have no more energy for that raggedy bitch. I'm gonna let she raggedy, and that's it. We already know it. Period. and that's it. Unless you have anything to say.
No, I think that's the gist of it because it definitely I think they closed out the reunion with Gertie swinging, coming out swinging, and
pretty much. And again, I'm like, Gertie, if you could just directly say just directly say it, you have the ammo, right? You
Right.
have the ammo. You can shut her down, right? We just need y'all need to go to a reading coach or something. Like go to like please. And I'm not a huge fan of Phaedra, but go to Phaedra, Kenya, Nene, somebody. Like, are they teaching classes? That's a niche. That's a niche right there.
It is.
Go to a reading class, cause Mama, you really could shut her down. Period. But you know why?
And again, even if you aren't, even though I do think the classes are a benefit, but even if you aren't well versed in reading, because I understand everybody ain't really a part of that world or that lane. Right. If you just sometimes the best way you can get somebody is just by laying the facts down and just saying like, this is how this happened, and boom, 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 and that's really all you have to say.
Yeah. But you do, like, again, quoting my grandma. Okay, you don't gotta put your hands on nobody, okay? But you do gotta get them niggas up off you, and that's it. You just gotta do enough to get them up off of you, and y'all not doing enough, and I don't like this. And I don't like the way y'all going out. I don't like the way y'all going out. So, any final thoughts? Y'all put y'all final thoughts in the comments. I know we wanted to talk a little bit about Married to Medicine, just a little bit. Did you? Just a little bit, maybe like 5 minutes of it, 5-10 minutes, maybe. Unless you had anything to say. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like, girl?
Because you cracking me. Like,
what? I don't know. That's my thing.
You know, I love when you do your hand movements. Anyway,
I don't know why I do that.
But yeah, no. That was pretty much the summation. I just, the toughest part, and it was tough. The toughest part was just having the conversation about Gertie, because it genuinely does not change, what I appreciate. Even shoot, I even remember being back when they were saying that Matt might gonna come back. I was like, wait, we got a black woman on this time? Like I was like, oh, we mixing it up. So I remember, so it's I've enjoyed seeing her journey, and I'm still low key, not even low key, high key. I'm annoyed that we don't get to see her party planning process. I don't know if it's like a client thing or something that they can't show, but I wish we could see more of that, because I love that one she did last season with the neon lights and the fashion show too, but also that party she threw for the ladies. It was like the palm trees, or all the different trees, the
and
plants.
their names were in. Yes, I love that. That was absolutely my style, because I love neon. I do too. I love neon color. Yes, love neon pinks and neon green. I love neon colors. So it was so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I agree with you. After the fashion show, I was like, oh, she know what she doing. Okay. She legit. I want to see more of that. I was expecting it. So hopefully we'll be able to see it. Yeah. Anyway, part 3 is up. They just do Rhom any kind of way. Just treat it any old kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to watch.
Yep.
What are we gonna do if we can't go to Miami? Where the hell can we go? Oh my God! If we can't go to Miami, where the hell can we go? Cause Potomac ain't hitting no shit. Okay, please. It ain't hitting no shit. Potomac ain't hitting no shit. Beverly Hills about to wrap up. Where is we going? Where we going? Where is we going?
That's what I'm saying. What you about to review, Belle?
I have no idea. Oh, JB says try Dubai. I might try Dubai. I might.
Okay, it's not, a little something. Because I have a question. How many? I'm not saying this to be funny, but how many shows have you dropped recently?
Okay, maybe 2.
Okay, because what did you stop doing?
I stopped doing Love and Marriage DC. Shout out to oh yes, Virgo Queen Martha's
Oh, that's
Vineyard.
right. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. Never mind. I got Martha's Vineyard. Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. I'm fine. I'm okay now.
Say, I completely forgot. Yep.
Me too. Oh my God. Shout out to Virgo Queen. That's my girl. I love her. Hey girl, hey. What Love and Marriage DC. Shout out to Nita the Diva. She's still in the chat. She reviews Love and Marriage DC. I gave them, I laid them out the pasture. I let them go on. Let them lay them to rest because it was time for them to go. I'll pick them back up when they start filming like relevant time frame. We looking at 2 and 3 year old T.
Exactly.
Girl, the sun done rose and set. I don't have time to be this old shit. Like I'm not doing this. And it's like real old shit, repetitive, real old shit. Nah, I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do
What's the other one?
Bold and Bougie. Yes, I am doing both. It's hit or miss with Bold and Bougie. I did Bold and Bougie the latest episode. I haven't watched the newest one. And y'all, I have cable, but I'm so lazy. I just watch it on YouTube. So I don't even be trying to. Let me go on to my cable channel and watch it from there. Because I feel like I missed some parts. Because they chop it and screw it a little bit on YouTube because then copyright stuff.
Oh, for the copyright, yeah.
Yes. So let me just stop being lazy and actually watch the show. But yes, I'm reviewing Bold and Bougie. I dropped Love and Marriage DC because I just couldn't do it. And if you can be unbiased, I'd say do New Jersey, but for me, I can't, and they hate me. Honestly, if I have Beverly Hills is where I draw the line. And
I think I was surprised that you ended up doing it because we were really going back and forth about that one.
We were so I had watched Beverly Hills before. Right. I watched them before. Quiet as It's Kept. The only reason I started watching is because Garcelle was on there. Okay, if it ain't no melanin, I ain't watching it. I'm just being honest with you. That's the only reason why, and because I love Garcelle, and then Sutton started wearing on me, and I was like, okay, I like Sutton. I like her. So, and I love Garcelle and Sutton's relationship, so I'm sold. Right. New York, they had wasn't no melanin. Well, it was. Yeah, it was Uba. But it was okay. I like Jenna. I thought it was a good show. It was okay.
Yeah, I think they started off strong, then they kind of like
It started turning into Tell Me Your Trauma, I'll Tell You Mine. It was
no,
like we're not trying to do that. So yeah, but New Jersey, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like there are any black folk on there, and I'm not about to be. I don't even know if I would want to introduce black folk to that foolishness. I'm good on that.
Jersey's a lot. Oof.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on it. No thanks. But I'm excited about Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you drop Ready to Love also?
No, I still review Ready to Love.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, I gotta catch up then. Okay.
Yeah, cool. No. I still review. No, I think this season is pretty decent. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the chat. I think Ready to Love is pretty decent. I was gonna watch it as soon as we hopped off of this live, so I can take notes. But no, it's pretty good. Well, for Ready to Love, it's
right. That's what I was saying. We
okay. For Ready to Love is pretty. It's something to talk about. But yeah, no, it's good. I'm ready for Married to Medicine though. Did you see that sneak peek? Quad and Sweet Tea going back and forth.
I saw a little bit. I'll be trying to avoid because.
Okay.
But it's hard. It's hard because I still want to see it, but I still want to wait. But I still want to see it. So yeah.
Child, I'd be goddamned if I'm sitting up here arguing over Fiat. Hell no. You got me.
I still ain't forgot that shot of that zooming down the neighborhood.
What?
When you remember when Dr. Gregory hopped in his, I don't know if it was a Mini Cooper or a Fiat, and then he just went down
Yes,
the road.
yes.
That's all I
Fiat.
think of when I think of that car.
Oh my God. Oh, black people love New Jersey. I will say it's like Bad Girls Club. Oh, nah.
Lord.
Nah. No, thank you. I gave up all them. I don't want to do.
Bell
Yeah,
said I
no.
can't do the hood boogery.
I can't do it. Not that I'm too good, but I just sometimes you gotta protect your brain cells just a little bit, just a little
Just a
bit.
little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I'm interested to see Married to Medicine. And I do still I feel like there is something else that Love and Marriage DC is the only thing that I dropped. That's it.
Okay.
Just Love and Marriage DC. And again, when they start filming again for next season, if they do, then I'll pick back up. But and Carlos King is going on a tour. He's gonna be you heard he's gonna be at the Howard Theater. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy some tickets.
Okay.
I want to go.
I don't know what the camera situation is going to be or what their policy is going to be, but you got to give us a little vlog situation.
I'm gonna try to. I hate vlogging. Because I like to be in the moment, but
Right.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try to get the Love and Marriage DC cast is supposed to be there, and I have a few words that I want to share with Winter. So
okay,
I know. And Ashley, I love her, so I want to meet her in person.
Okay. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yeah, I learned from the whole Sundance experience that I really suck at vlogging because I'm like you said, I'm out and about and I'm just having the experience. And I understand like you want to have stuff, everything becomes content when you're a YouTube, when you're a YouTuber, like content.
Exactly.
And so, and not to say that was a I mean, he's not lying.
He's not lying. He's not wrong. That's why I highlighted it. He is not wrong. But also, he's not wrong.
But she's gonna push through. She's gonna push through.
I am. I hope they don't mic him up. Not too much. Oh my God. Oof.
No disrespect, but it's the perfect tone for me to be irritated. There are certain pitches and certain decibels and certain inflections that get me. And I wouldn't say that he's quite like not vocal. You know what vocal fry is, right?
Mm-hmm, like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, like so it's not like all the way there, but it's something that's just like, ooh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't. Pray my strength in the Lord, child. Pray my strength.
Because I think I saw something on somebody on Twitter saying like, it cracks me up when folks do the what is it called? The can you hear me out? Do you know what those are?
Oh, like more like kind of like the can I say something?
Yeah, kind of say just like that. Yeah. And it always has a person that I guess to some attractiveness might be questionable.
Yes.
Every time I see those, it is hilarious. And so somebody did that for Carlos, and folks responded. They were like, "Ooh, you want to listen to that?"
Yes, I heard. I saw that. People were commenting. Someone who was it? I don't know.
I was wondering if it was. I feel like Jamie might have said something like that.
I feel like it. I don't know. Somebody said something like, "Oh no, I couldn't do it," or "Don't let them talk," or something. I can't.
Yeah, like they said, not with that mouth. No.
Yeah, be quiet. Shh, don't say nothing. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go because I just want to be nosy, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, it's 8:30. It's 8:30, y'all. Damn, I wanted to talk about Marcus. They said that he was getting sued by Amex for not paying his bills. But
you know what? Let me say this. And I think it's fitting because we actually went that whole live stream and didn't mention him once, which is actually where he belongs. He don't need to be mentioned.
Correct.
I'll just say this. You know what he was giving me in, well, actually, this whole reunion, you know what he's been giving me?
What?
I got to throw in another quote. We like Peter a whole lot more than we like Patricia.
Yes. That's exactly.
I'm like, do you want a mojito? Like, what's going on here?
He does. He does. He got to pay this Amex bill. Yes. Yes, he wants a mojito. He need to pay this Amex bill. I don't have no respect for him. What a ugh. Anyway. All right, y'all. Well, we hold on, not me. Not me. Ain't nothing I could do with Carlos. So ain't nothing I can do with Carlos neither. But again,
Well,
I mean, he's not an ugly person. It's just don't talk. Just write everything that you think. Just write it down. Whatever you think, just write it down. Don't say nothing. Just write it down. That's yeah. Anyway. Well, we wrapping up, y'all. We wrapping up. D, where can the people find you? What you be doing on the internet over there? Let the people know.
all right. Well, you can find me on Instagram and Letterboxd at no caps DMOVIE MAN D Movie Man. You can find me on Twitter at D Movie Man.
Wait, hold on. I switched over.
I'm sorry. Lord, the mental images. Okay, anyway.
JB. Oh my God.
Okay, y'all can find me on Twitter along with JB, who be cutting up on Twitter as well.
As well. Talking cash money shit. And
Always.
we're here for it.
Oh, Lord, yes, you can find me on Twitter at DMovieMan2. And then, of course, you can check me out right here on YouTube at capital D period space capital MOVIE MAN. I just recently, again, if for anyone who didn't hear, I just dropped the American Society of Magical Negroes, which was one of the films I got to see in person at Sundance. And, you know, I had thoughts to share, I had plenty of layered commentary to offer. So please feel free to check that out and support. I will also be doing, of course, a rollout of some of the other films I saw at Sundance. Not super long reviews because I saw like a bunch of films, but more of that coming up. Belle has been waiting, so I figured I should get on it. Yes. So yes, I will be sharing more of that, and of course, more content to come. Just trying to keep it going and keep it coming. So yes, please feel free to check me out, and I would love to have you.
Yes, y'all, please subscribe to his channel, and everyone else who is a content creator that is in the chat right now, please feel free to drop your channels in the comment section. Not a competition, we build a community, and I mean that. So please, for sure, you know, put your YouTube channel down there in the comments so that I can share and, you know, do my part to help our Black folks, you know, or non-Black folks. If you're a content creator and you support me, I support you back, etc., etc. Put your link down in the comment is what I'm trying to say. Okay, before I put my foot in my mouth. Anyway, who else? Shout out to Nita the Diva. Shout out to Shayna MCD. JB says what? Tammy talks. Even though she didn't show up, I just still like to shout her out anyway. And I think that's it. I think that's all. That's it. That's
Is
all.
Virgo Queen a content creator, and then Nita the Diva
She
too?
is not a
okay.
Virgo Queen. Are you a content creator? Because if you are, girl, where your channel at, girl? I'll subscribe. I don't think so, but shout out to Virgo Queen. Shout out to Joan. Joan has been a part of our every time we have some type of live stream. Joan is always in the comments. Shout out to Joan. Oh my goodness, how could I forget to shout out Joan? I'm so sorry, Joan. I forgot. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Okay, so shout out to Joan. Shout out to Virgo Queen. Who else? Monique King, who was in the chat. Shout out to her. you know what? We didn't get to see Haitian Empress. That's all right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, either way, shout out to Callie Steve again. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And yeah, y'all have a good night. Have a great weekend. We will back. Will we be back here again for part 3? You got time?
Oh, I got time. You got the dime. I got the time.
Okay. Let me check my calendar. But we will be back. We will be back because we got to talk about it. If no one else will do it, we will pick up the torch, child. We got to do it because they be doing Miami so wrong. Girl, it's a lot of work, child. But yeah. Yeah. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Good night, y'all.